How loud can love sound when an entire stadium erupts for one man? The answer echoed through the walls of the 2025 Mama Awards arena when the name Jin was announced as the winner of the most popular male artist. The sound was not just applause, it was an explosion of emotion, pride, and relief that shook the air. Thousands of voices shouted his name in unison, while the world stopped to witness one of the most unforgettable moments in modern K-pop history. But what made this night so electrifying that even Jin himself seemed lost for words? Under the dazzling lights of the Mama stage, Jin walked forward slowly, holding the golden award plaque that symbolized not just victory, but the years of silence, waiting, and resilience that led to this exact second. The camera zoomed in on his face, serene yet trembling, with a glimmer in his eyes that spoke more than any acceptance speech could. The audience, both inside the hall and across the world, felt the weight of that moment. This wasn't just an award. It was a comeback crowned with emotion, a culmination of unwavering support from millions who never stopped believing. For months, ARMY had filled social media timelines with one united goal: to bring Jin's name to the top. From fan voting campaigns to streaming marathons, every heartbeat seemed to sync with his journey. Yet, when his name was finally called, it didn't feel like a victory for just one artist. It felt like a collective triumph. Was this the most emotional Mama moment ever recorded? Many would say yes, because when Jin stepped up to the microphone, the noise of the crowd drowned out everything else. You could barely hear the music, but you could feel the love. The screen behind him displayed the words, "The most popular male artist, Jin." The cheers intensified, echoing like waves of thunder. Light sticks illuminated the venue in a sea of golden glow. Some fans could be seen crying uncontrollably. Others clasped their hands over their mouths, as if they were witnessing a dream become real. Even reporters in the media pit lowered their cameras for a moment, stunned by the sheer power of the emotion unfolding before them. And then he smiled, that calm, radiant, familiar Jin smile that once carried millions through their hardest days. "Thank you, really, thank you," he began, his voice almost trembling. This means everything." Those few words were enough to make the arena erupt once again. The atmosphere became indescribable. It wasn't a concert, yet it felt like one. It wasn't a speech, yet every word carried the energy of a song. What made Jin's win so different? It wasn't only about popularity. It was about perseverance, humility, and the undeniable connection between an artist and his fans who never stopped waiting for his return to the global stage. Every camera angle captured the sea of fans holding banners that read, "We love you, Jin." Some waved the iconic BTS light sticks high above their heads, their arms trembling with emotion. The chants of Kim Seokjin, Kim Seokjin, filled the hall as though the audience had become one living organism powered by faith and love. When the announcer handed him the Golden Mama trophy, Jin bowed deeply, a gesture of respect that spoke louder than applause. The moment seemed to freeze in time. It was history being written live. But what does it truly mean when the world screams your name? Fame? Legacy? Or something far more personal? The proof that one man's sincerity can inspire millions? For Jin, this award was not just recognition from the industry, but from the people who had walked beside him for years, through music, silence, and distance. The screams weren't just noise. They were promises echoing back. The promise that ARMY had never left. Journalists at the event later described the energy as almost spiritual. One international outlet called it the loudest and most emotional reaction in Mama history. Perhaps that's no exaggeration. The stage lighting seemed to flicker in rhythm with the audience's chants. Even those watching live streams from across continents reported goosebumps, saying it felt like they were part of something bigger than just an award show. It was a reunion between artist and fans, one that transcended language, geography, and time. The crowd's roar did not fade easily. Even after Jin left the stage, chants of his name continued, growing louder as cameras followed him backstage. Staff members reportedly applauded as he passed by, some even tearing up. Behind the stage, Jin paused briefly, holding the golden award close to his chest. The quiet moment contrasted with the chaos outside, and he was seen whispering softly, "This is for them." Who were they? ARMY, undoubtedly. The fans who kept his name alive, the ones who believed he deserved this recognition more than anyone. And the days leading up to the event, rumors circulated that Jin might make a surprise appearance, but no one expected a full-scale emotional takeover. Fans had speculated endlessly on social media, asking, will Jin come? Will he perform? Yet nothing could have prepared them for what actually happened. The calm, commanding presence of an artist who, even in silence, could fill a room with emotion. When he finally appeared on the big screen, every conversation stopped. The collective gasp was real, and then chaos. Why did this moment hit so deeply? Perhaps because it reminded everyone that success isn't just about chart numbers. It's about connection. Jin's influence has always extended beyond music. His kindness, humor, and humility built bridges between people from different backgrounds. And now, standing under the dazzling Mama lights, he wasn't just BTS's Jin. He was the Jin, the man who had redefined what it means to be a global artist. Social platforms exploded within minutes. Hashtags bearing his name dominated trends worldwide. Clips of his acceptance speech went viral instantly, accumulating millions of views within hours. Celebrities, journalists, and industry figures shared their congratulations, calling the win well-deserved and a moment of justice. Yet, what stood out wasn't the fame. It was the sincerity of the celebration. Fans didn't just cheer. They cried, they screamed, they sang. The world collectively witnessed love transform into sound. Many noticed how, during his brief moment on stage, Jin didn't speak much about himself. Instead, he thanked his team, his brothers, and ARMY. He bowed again and again, as if no amount of gratitude could ever be enough. That humility, so rare in an era of ego-driven fame, became the emotional core of the night. It wasn't about dominance or rivalry. It was about return, redemption, and reconnection. After the ceremony, clips surfaced showing Jin meeting fans outside the venue. Even through tinted car windows, he waved continuously, his eyes shining as fans shouted, "We love you," and "Congratulations, Jin." It was raw, real, and unscripted. Every smile and gesture reminded the world why he continues to be adored, not just as an idol, but as a person. So, what now? What happens after such a monumental moment? Will Jin's win signal a new era for his solo career? Insiders suggest it might. Industry observers have pointed out that his win at Mama could mark the beginning of a powerful new chapter, one that bridges his artistry with the emotional storytelling that fans crave. And if the 2025 awards night proved anything, it's that Jin's connection with his audience has never been stronger. As the night drew to a close, the stage lights dimmed, but the echoes of "We love you, Jin" lingered in the air like an afterglow. The sound followed him beyond the arena, into the streets, into social media feeds, and into the hearts of those watching around the world. It was the sound of victory, yes, but also the sound of gratitude. The kind that only comes when love and loyalty stand the test of time. Perhaps the most powerful question to emerge from this historic win is this: how does one artist manage to unite millions across continents, languages, and generations with a single smile, a single moment, a single award?